You feel stuck? You feel behind the eight ball? I got a simple but powerful thing to help you get the results you want on today's show. So with that said, let's get started.
I'm more Kevin's deal. I'm more Kevin's deal. I'm here to help and teach him what I know and how I did it. To discover freedom. There ain't no question more Kevin's when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker. But I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker.
So, hope you guys are having an amazing Monday so far. A lot of cool things are going on over here. Actually getting ready to head back up to Ohio on Thursday around noonish as we're getting ready to roll. And as I'm sitting here, just kind of taking my morning walk, doing the same things. One of my buddies just moved into the complex actually last night. Just got here, so got to hang out with him this morning and all that good stuff. But I keep thinking about all the people that always message me, man, I'm stuck, man. I feel behind the eight ball and I'm not getting where I want to go fast enough and all that stuff. And I just thought we would talk about that today because I think it's something that's holding a lot of people back from accomplishing great success. Actually, I don't think I know because I'm talking to you guys often one-on-one, whereas, or if we're talking in environments like this, I see the struggle is real for you guys. For some reason, you're constantly having to struggle. You're bouncing around. You're not at the same place. You're at the same place 5 years later, and we got to change that. We got to straighten that up. So I kind of want to talk to you guys about, I feel the same way sometimes. And the thing is feelings are liars. Our feelings lie to us all the time. And I feel like I'm doing everything I can, but I'm not getting the result I want, right? Or I feel like I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to do, but the results aren't coming in, right? And you keep looking at this. And more importantly, like, guys, what you have to understand right now, too, in the world we live in is you get to see what I'm doing. You get to see what everyone else is doing because we're posting about it. We're talking about it. But the problem with that is sometimes it can inspire you, but oftentimes it's going to derail you because you're looking to compare against. You're like, I'm not getting closer to my next step. Well, is it my next step or your next step? Because what my next step might not be what works for you or what you should even be doing or thinking about. Your next step is your next step, no more, no less. So with social media, you get to see what everyone's up to. It's feeding your feelings. It's making you emotional. You Instagram watching, stalking, and Facebook stalking people for an hour, because an hour goes by like that on social. You're literally getting upset. You're getting mad. You're getting frustrated. There's a couple things I do. Like if you follow someone on social media and they make you feel sad or bad about yourself, unfollow them. And I'm not saying bad like, they're kicking you in the teeth, giving you good advice. I'm just talking like, they're just kind of like, I can't stand looking at their face anymore. I don't even want to hear their voice anymore or whatever, but yet you keep them on your roll. Like that's emotional intelligence, by the way. It's going to take away your emotional. It's going to steal some emotions for the day. You only have a certain amount of emotions daily with your battery life, and you're going to allow other people to steal that from you by seeing their post. So you know what I'm talking about. When you see that post and it makes you a little angry, makes you feel a little weird, just go ahead and unfollow them. If you miss them a month later, you can always add them back. But in the meantime, just unfollow them, and you'll forget and move on. And then what's cool about that is it's going to start out allowing you to open up more to your feelings, your emotions, your direction, and guide you. So another thing I do, and this is huge, again, stop comparing yourself against other people. What they have or don't have has nothing to do with you. Only thing you can focus on is you. I call it the me economy. The me economy. As you guys always hear me talk about data, not drama. Drama is the feelings, the emotional side of things. I want you to focus on data. If you say, Mark, I need to close 10 deals a month, and you need to talk to 20 people to do that per deal. Bare bones minimum, you need to talk to 200 people a month. Minimum. Bare bones. Bare bones. So not counting the money you got to spend on the front end to get the marketing, to get those leads to come in, those 20 people per deal, right? So you need 200 leads. So now you need to do 200 leads. What I'm trying to do is build out a Kpi formula to know if I'm on track or off track. See, this is what I'm saying about the comparison thing. This is what I'm saying about, like, if you feel overwhelmed. By the way, you're always going to feel overwhelmed and anxious. If you're a real entrepreneur, that's how we feel, because we're like, why can't it be there already? It's kind of like when you go to build a new house and you see the vision of the house and you just want it to be done now. But it's a process. You got to go get the prints done. You got to go get the approvals. You got to go hire the contractor. You got to go through the process of building. It's a process. So fall in love with your process. Look at your data. Your data will give you direction. Your data will tell you if you're on track or off track, if you're getting closer or further away from your goals. When you're sitting there saying, Mark, I need to do 10 deals a month, and I'm like, cool, how many people have you talked to? Keep in mind we're on the 29th. You're going to say, 5. Well, how do you expect to do 10 if you go and talk to 5 people? Well, 5 a day. Well, 5 a day still doesn't cut it because you need 200 minimum. You're only at 150 if you do every day at 5 people. That's how my brain thinks about data. That's how, if you want a real company, you got to start focusing on your data. This is going to take away some of that anxiety of feeling like you're getting further behind. Feels like you're behind that 8 ball and it's like the pressure's building. It's because you're so focused on things, you're not focused on the thing, the action, the data. What you want is there. Whatever it is there available to you. If you're willing to do the work to get it, that's a different story. But we know where you're at. We know where the goal's at. We got to figure out what the bridge is to get there, if that's what one wants. And when you do that, if you don't stay in the game, that's why I'm talking about this today. I see so many of you belling before you get the results because you feel like it's not working. Then I ask you what's not working and you don't have an answer. Don't give me the problems, give me the solutions. If you don't know the answer, say, I don't know the answer. And then we start looking for the answer. You got to reprogram your brain to start seeking answers, not problems. You already know how to find the problems. Now we need to be able to create the solutions. If you want to make a lot of money, create solutions. So what is the biggest thing that's holding you back? I'd love for you guys to interact here and ask, tell me what that is. What is the biggest thing that makes you feel behind the 8 ball? What's the biggest thing holding you back from the next level? What is the next level? Maybe it's to quit your job. Maybe it's to go bigger in your company. Maybe it's to do whatever. See, like I sit here and it's like just like working out, right? It's kind of like one of those things. It's like less calories in, more calories burnt. You're going to ultimately lose weight no matter what. It's just by the dynamics of math, right? Same thing with business. It's all data. Data never lies. It doesn't. The truth is most of you are not, one, tracking data in any form. You kind of have a haphazard, which, again, it's better than not having it. And then the second, this is the real magic of data, interpretation of data for solutions. What's the data telling you? Where's the lagging? Where's the opportunity? Where's the levers or where you can push or pull? Lack of sleep, good question. I don't see lack of sleep as a problem depending on the situation. I think truth is most people are over there sleeping too much. I think people like to talk about success, not really do the work to get success. I know I used to. It's a lot easier to talk about it. Today on Instagram, if you guys don't follow me, you should, at Mark Evans DM on Instagram. But I was talking today on my walk. I do a thing in the morning sometimes called Wakey Wakey 444 or Quick Talk from the Walk. So I'm sitting here talking, and the biggest thing is I think everyone wants to be the big boss, but no one wants to write the big boss check. Most people are not willing to go invest in themselves. Most people aren't willing to go invest in marketing. Most people aren't willing to go invest in other people. Most people aren't willing to go invest in other things and assets to help them grow their production company. Jay Lyons, 11 to 4:30. So what's that, 5.5 hours? It's not bad. I mean, I get about the same amount of sleep. I get up at 4:30, 4:44 every day. It is what it is, man. Listen, I don't hate it. Not everyone functions on 5.5, 6 hours of sleep. And I'm saying if you're saying 11 to 4:30, If I followed you around, I bet you that's not 100% accurate, because I know mine's not even 100% accurate. And I get up at 4:44 pretty much daily, but sometimes, you're not productive. The truth is, you could probably sleep another hour or two, and I'd rather see you sleep another hour or two and be more productive in your hours you got. If you're not sleeping much, I'd want to know why. Again, my thing is data. Why? Is it kids? Is it work? Is it business? Is it what is it? And then I'd start looking at my efficiencies. I'd see where I'm efficient and deficient, and where I lack efficiency at, where I'd go in there and penetrate that, either eliminate, delegate, or execute. That's all I'm looking to do. And then I'm going to see if it's serving me. If it's getting me bigger results, it's willing to take the sleep. Because right now you're negotiating sleep against effort or sleep against action. So if sleep's the thing, and it always is a thing for all of us, I barely sleep. I don't want to go to bed. I'm restless. I was up at 2:30 this morning. I was up at 3:30 this morning. And I got finally tapped out at 4:30, so let's go. So there's a lot of variables to all this. It depends on what you're working on. It depends on your anxiety. It depends how you're eating. It depends if you're taking melatonin. There's a lot of things. Sometimes having confidence in completing tasks, fear of rejection, or maybe success. Having confidence in completing tasks. Again, I'm not sure exactly what that means, confidence in completing tasks. Well, again, you never want to be a quitter. So if you don't accomplish a task, you're quitting on your task that you set for yourself. So there's got to be, I'd look for the common theme of why that's happening. Why are you putting yourself in that position? Is this a task that you should even be doing? Maybe you hand it off. Maybe you're great at starting tasks, which I am and most entrepreneurs are, but we're terrible at execution and long-term follow-through. Depending where you're at in the journey, what's cool about it is I can start a path and then hand it off and let someone take it to the finish line. Their job is to get it to the finish line. Therefore, I take out the completing the task piece. I just have to start the task. And the truth is, the good news is, for any entrepreneur, most people are too afraid of the opposite. They're too afraid of starting a task. So you got to get someone on your team that can actually complete the task for you. That will be a huge help. Again, looking for solutions all the time. So that's what it's about, guys. Again, this is what I do. I look at my data. If you feel behind the eight ball, I'd ask, why do I feel that way? There's only a couple things it could be. Lack of effort. Well, there's that. That's pretty much it. Lack of effort. The opportunity's there. Your effort's there. If you're willing to do the work, whatever you want is on the other side of that. So take a piece of paper, take a pen that works, and start writing down, what do you want? And then asking, what are you not getting? And then ask, what do you have to do to get it? So I get stuck over analyzing and deciding where to start. Mike, you're starting, you get stuck over analyzing. Does that serve you or hurt you? Over analyzing is procrastination, by the way. You're afraid of whatever on the other side, fear of rejection or fear of success. You know where to start. It's where you're at. See, the problem is, I always talk about people are trying to copy me or whatever. The problem is, I'm 24 years deep in the game and I might not even be doing it right. So why copy anybody? That goes for anybody, by the way. I'm not trying to mimic anybody. My goal is to be a better version of Mark Evans DM tomorrow. That's my goal. Every day, try to be 1% better. Every day. Learn, grow, push, prod. Learn, grow, push, pod. That's all day, every day. The biggest secret, though, is you got to fall in love with the process. I'm not afraid to do the work. I'm not afraid. I'm very conscious and clear of what I'm good at and what I suck at. Again, I'm a great starter, terrible finisher. So start conversations, hand them off. Start a deal, hand the deal off. Make sure it gets executed. So for you guys, you got to get the data. Depending on what industry you're in, let's say if you're trying to sell, 500 units of a product per month, maybe it's a $20 unit. So it's 10 grand a month in revenue. You need to figure out what the cost per lead is. CPL is called. Or you got to figure out how many clicks to get to a website to get a CPL. So maybe you need 100 clicks equals one sell. right? So that equals $20 for a sell. That's assuming you have no upsells, cross sells, etc. And I'm talking day one only. And so one sell. So now I can spend 20 cents per click on average to get my one sell per day. By the way, 500 orders per month does not necessarily mean that's what you make, 20 grand. It might, 10 grand, I mean, it might simply be that's just where your break even is. So a lot of companies make way more than 10 grand a month that lose money every month. You guys know that, right? They're building loyalty. They're building the game. They're building the system. So all we're trying to do in the beginning is you're sitting here telling me, Mark, I need 500 sales a month, and my average sell is $20. And I'm going to say, okay, great. What's your CPL? What's your CPC? And you're going to tell me my average visitor, what's my visitor value? Are you advertising, yes or no? If so, how much are you spending? So we know we need to spend, at least 10, maximum 10K a month on ads to make 10K. Because once you have 500 customers, there's so many other ways to make more money on top of that, right? You could sell them other products, other stuff that is congruent with what they came in your funnel. So you can become an affiliate. Maybe you can create another product line and or both. But again, back to simplicity, you got to look at the data. Mark, it's June 29th. And I only got 250 sales. I'm down 250. Okay, great. How much traffic was sent to your website? Where did you advertise? How much did you spend? Those are the questions I'm asking. It's not like, oh my God, are you serious? Must be this stuff going on TV. It must be this coronavirus stuff really killing your sales. No, dude, I need the data. The truth is you actually might have more website traffic. You might have more cart clicks, etc. Maybe there's something broken. Maybe the copy sucks. Maybe the product's outdated. Maybe the product isn't working. Maybe you have bad reviews online. But until then, none of that stuff matters until I have the data. If you need 100 clicks to make one sell, we need what, 50,000 clicks? 50,000 site visits to get 500 sales, a 1% conversion. I think that's right, somewhere around there. But very simple. If you don't have 50,000 clicks, what are we talking about? Why do you expect you should have 250 more sales in the pipeline than you do? See, that's the thing is all you guys are running around, they're emotional, like you're running around like emotional teenage kids. It's not serving you. It's not going to help you to grow. You got to start thinking for yourself. This is a quote I posted today on my Instagram. Again, if you guys aren't following on Instagram, you should be. It's at Mark Evans DM. But I posted this. I'm getting a lot of feedback on it. No man is free until he learns to do his own thinking and, more importantly, gains the courage to act on his personal initiative. No man is free until he learns to do his own thinking and gains the courage to act on his personal initiative. You got to think, knowledge up, think. More importantly, you got to act on your app, and you got to go do the work. So for all of you guys sitting here feeling stuck, I want you to know that you're so much closer than you think you are. Everyone's out here trying to be the big swinger, this big swinging person out there. It's not the case. Just focus on you. If you're at 10 deals a month and you're trying to get to 20, that's all you can focus on. Don't worry about the guy doing 50. It doesn't matter. Don't worry about the next best CRM. That's not going to get you there. You got to do the efforts. You got to become the different person. Another thing, too, is you got to develop. You got to knowledge up. Invest 35 grand in a mastermind this year. Invest in yourself. You're worth it. If that sounds like a lot of money, your problem's not money. Your problem's making more. You got to make more money. 35 grand is not a lot of money for a mastermind that can help you grow to millions of dollars. Not only that, this is an investment in yourself. Look at it that way. Just flip it and just say, I am worth 35 grand. By the way, you're worth way more than that. But I am worth $35,000. truth is, on the black market, I'm sure we could sell your kidneys, your lungs, all kinds of crazy stuff for like real fees, right? Beacon, we can make some money over there in Haiti, I'm sure, right? So again, you guys are worth that. Invest in yourself. It pays off in spades. Like I said yesterday. By the way, Friday, we did, I shared with you guys how to generate some more revenue. I was hoping you guys came here today to tell me how much more you generated over the weekend. I gave you exactly what to do. So hopefully you guys generated some more money. That would make me very happy. One of our, I'm actually partners with them. They did $116,000 in fees over the weekend in real estate. That's pretty cool, right, Beacon? 116 G's in fees. Their biggest month, the biggest weekend they've ever had. Actually, it'd be their biggest month and weekend. So pretty cool stuff. When you have a team and you have people helping you grow and expand and drive, amazing things happen. By the way, if you guys are investors, because I talk to a lot of real estate investors and you're a wholesaler and you want like a plan, someone holding you accountable, someone growing with you, I actually do partner with some people in different parts of the country, and I have my team side by side with you. So if that's something that interests you, feel free to reach out to me one-on-one, and I'll introduce you to the guy that can help you on that conversation. Just, I can't oversimplify. Keep it simple and focus on you. But Beacon, what do you got?
Essentially, I don't know if I'm the only one that has this problem, but when you keep saying just if you're at 10 deals, focus on how you can get from 10 to 20 or like, just ramp up your own numbers. It's I don't even know how to explain it. It's weird having someone that is at a higher level than you telling you, oh no, you're perfectly good at where you're at because it's where you're supposed to be, and just build from where you're at, because everybody's selling you that you're not good where you're at. You need to think bigger. You need to go harder, but like go over your numbers and see, like reverse engineer what you have on your plate.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I mean, Beacon, at the end of the day,
that's the biggest thing.
I don't think everyone, you said something, what'd you say? You're at where you're at, right? Like,
yeah.
At the end of the day, that's the case no matter what. That's why we're here. We're at where we're at. So we can't get away from that. I think people are trying to be delusional about where they're at. First and foremost, I think probably 99.9999% of people watching this think they're bigger than they are, think they're doing more than they are, acting like they're doing more than they really are. I see it all the time. So I think, Beacon, I think people need to realize that they have to get real with their own personal data first. Sometimes it's easy to think you're balling because you're watching people around you ball. That doesn't mean you're successful. That means they're successful, possibly. Or
it's fueling your little petty ego that you already have that's not serving you.
Nice.
That's what it does.
Yeah, man. The problem is you're feeding the wrong thing. You're feeding a false result. Like if you're trying to be me, a lot of times people talk about fake it till you make it. There's no need to fake anything. Why are we faking? Just be genuine, the best you. I think the truth is most people lie. They don't tell the truth. Again, I talk about this in The Magician versus Mule, the thought on the thought. All this stuff we've been told in ourselves. My buddy Sean just did a cool message about this, about a pair of Nike Jordans even, about how it's like, oh, they're just Jordan, no big deal, blah, 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 blah. And then once he unlocked that lie and realized that he's been lying to himself all these years to protect his ego and, protect himself, it is what it is. So we all have it. Me, you, all of us. The question is, how conscious of it are we? And is it serving us or hurting us? Because some of the stuff we lie to ourselves actually will protect us. Like, I hate snakes, so all snakes must be bad. That's not the truth, but I won't worry about getting bit by snakes, so that's off my plate. I hate swimming with sharks, so I did it once, I'm good. That will serve me. Sharks scare me, blah, 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 blah. I don't need to go see therapy and get that figured out. I'm cool with it. I don't care if I ever swim with another shark. I did it in Bora Bora. I'm good. So it's like, but in business, if you're not making millions of dollars a year, you're not in business. You have to make millions of dollars a year to be a real business. You have to have real employees to be a real business. You have to have a real product, a real service, a real solution to be in business. And I'm not saying you can't make millions not being in a business, by the way. I know people that have very simple operations, husband-wife teams, that generate millions of dollars a year, providing a big value, a big product. But with that, it's not sellable, it's not scalable, and it's just a money business. It is what it is. It's cool. So, Beacon, anything else on that? Because you're in the mix, my man.
Yeah. I mean, in the mix. I think what you just said is deep.
We gotta start
in the
believing
mix,
in the brand.
you don't even know you're in the mix.
We gotta start believing in the brand.
Oh yeah,
man. DM geared up.
Yep.
Oh,
You guys can go get your merch at the site. I already know.
No, not yet. We haven't released that yet.
Well,
you can come on now.
Okay. I'll hold it back.
Right.
But yeah, guys. I mean, yeah, you got to believe that deals aren't just gonna fall in your plate. You're not going to go from 10 deals to 15 deals just doing the same thing, you know? So it's just realizing that you're in the mix. How can I reorganize my data that's mixing all together, the chaos? And then either if you're going to do it or find someone else to delegate it so then you can move on to the next 5 deals on top of the 10 deals that you're doing. So it's all personal. Like you said, personal self-awareness, just getting more self-aware. And I'm still blind. I can't see past my nose, but every single day I feel like I'm seeing more and more. And that could hinder me because I might have a killer day. And then now my ego's up, freaking through the roof. And then the next day I get hit because now I'm not doing the same things that I'm supposed to be doing.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. I hear exactly what you're saying. The problem is we all have to deal with this, and we all have to figure out how it helps us or hurts us. Number one, what's a good day like? Again, we're talking feelings there. A lot of people feel good when they don't accomplish much, but they're busy as hell. There's a lot of busy poor people. You know what I mean? So I think you got to get very clear on what makes you feel good. Because I'm telling you right now, half my day I don't feel good. I just got to work. I got to do the work. I got to get the job done. I signed up for it. No one else, me. No one can do it for me but me. So, and it's not fun. It's like pulling teeth. I don't want to do it. I don't want to show up. I don't want to be there. I don't want to make that conference call. Saturday, I had to call a couple different people that I'm working with and tell them bad news. I don't want to do that. I have to do it though. It's a job. It's what I signed up for. And that didn't feel good, but it felt right. I had to do it. I had to step to the plate. I had to have the conversation. I have to show up, Beacon. And I think the problem is again, people are confusing feelings with how things are supposed to be. Dude, some of your best relationships with your spouse, the most of the times you come the closest, and when you deepen your love and relationship, it's when you have the most resistance. When you fight harder than you've ever fought, when you stand up for what you believe in, and they actually believe in it with you eventually, and or vice versa. This is when the hard is where the good happens. So if everyone's out there telling me everything's easy, dude, I know they're full of shit and or not doing any work, and or both. So they're just not lying to themselves. Beacon, you and I talk about this. I'm like, yo, man, how many pieces got out? How many pieces of content, And you can tell me any story you want. First of all, we have enough content for the rest of our life to do off 10-second clips. Secondly, it's like, dude, if we don't get 10 out a day or 3, whatever the number is, on this channel, that channel, this channel, that channel, nothing else matters. The big projects are always going to be there. They're always going to be big, clunky, shitty, not fun projects all the time. But the little micro stuff, that's the stuff we hand off. That's the stuff we organize. That's the stuff we can create a path, a very clear vision. Because there's certain things, because you like your artistic touch in it, is like how to participate in it, how to make it better, how to make it more cinematographic, blah, 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 whatever you do. And that's how you break things.
Right.
Dude, what did I send you yesterday? I sent you yesterday a cool funeral piece I liked. I'm like, dude, when I die, I want you to shoot my video like this. This is truth.
No, hands down. And it really touched me. It was The Rock. Yeah. Oh my gosh. But I envision that, you know. It's funny that you're telling me this, because now I know I'm on the same page as you, because every day from the beginning that we started till now, until we keep going, that's all I'm thinking about. How does the story of Mark Evans, how does the deal maker story consistently keep developing? And so it's like seasons. I can't just get stuck doing the same type of thing when the seasons changed, because now we're on to something new, onto something better, something bigger. I saw another quote the other day, you know, what doesn't challenge you doesn't change you. So what we're constantly learning to do and what we're constantly changing is our challenges. I mean, right? We can't have the same problems. If we have the same problems in the same situations, that means we're not getting anywhere. So that's what I'm like learning. How can I just get past this barrier to move to the next one?
Yeah, man. Listen, I think, again, you got to get that data points, man. Take the feelings out, as my daughter freaks out in there. But you got to take the data points and focus on that. Data points will give you direction. The thing is like, let's say if we're trying to accomplish, like, how do we get 10,000 more viewers on YouTube? I'm making this up, right, Beacon? And you're like, yo, man, we need at least 10 videos per 1,000. So now in my head, it's like, how do we create 100 videos? 100 videos. Now we need to come out with a video every 3 days to accomplish our goal with the right call to action. Do you think quarter Q1 will be better or Q4 will be better? Where do you think will be better?
Well, Q4 should be better.
Q4 should definitely be better, because we have momentum. Now we have data. Now we have production line. Now we have people. Now we have processes, procedures. So the problem is most people never get started on Q1 because they're trying to be Q4.
Yeah, you just hit the nail on the head. That's literally what it is.
Yeah, so they're trying to be, you know, act like they have this big, massive team and they're organized on all this Q4 stuff. But dude, Q1, that's where you start. Your call to action is going to be weak. Your video editing is going to be terrible. Your connection with your people are not there yet. But after Q2, you're going to start seeing improvements. Q3, you're definitely going to see massive improvements. By Q4, you're 12 months deep into this thing, 9 to 12 months. You're going to see massive differences. You're going to see literally day and night. The problem is you're going to watch a video I do that Beacon does for me, actually, and you're like, dude, I want to do that. But it took Beacon a year to get there. Like, don't think you're going to start there. You could try to mimic it and create it, but like, have your own personality, have your own pieces. I'll send a video I like to Beacon. I'm like, yo, man, I like this piece or that piece, you know, or whatever. And then, so it's like, that's how he's creating a framework of how to keep creating my voice or vision or production intact with where we're going. So again, stop trying to be at Q4. Let's start at Q1. We're day one. Dude, we're like, put me in, coach. I just want to get in the game. I don't care if I'm the water boy. Just get me in the game. Let me mess up. Let me trip. Let me squirt water on your face by accident. Let me do whatever. I just want to be at the game. And the problem is most people aren't willing to show up to the game, man. They're trying to be the coach or the owner before they actually even understand how to play the game, you know?
Right. And that's a huge sense of humility that we all have to accept. Me, I'm a very huge perfectionist. So like, that's all I've been battling. And it's when you take the feelings out and you just, it's simple as you just do the work.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. You're a perfectionist on your videos.
You can't get any better than that.
You're a perfectionist on your videos?
Yeah.
How many shitty videos have you sent to me I hated?
In the beginning, it was like every video I sent to you that I thought was like, this is the shit. You're just like, dude, this is not what I'm looking for. This is not good. Like, simple. And then when I just started listening to my client, listening to Mark, everything else started going smoother. Everything was more effective. People saw it more. It's like, like he always tells me, like, I'm trying to marry and figure out what the flowers are and get the engagement ring all in the first date.
Yeah.
You know, so it won't be perfect. I'm not leaving any room for growth.
Dude, no one's perfect. That's where I'm going with that. Number one, your perfectionism might be my arch nemesis. I don't know. Like, I might hate everything about your perfectionism and vice versa. So don't think perfectionism is I think perfectionism is the biggest form of procrastination disguised as something, like, yo, I'm a perfectionist. When I hear that, I hear lazy, indecision, not focused, super delusional, massive ego, and not down to reality. Because there's nothing perfect about anything in life. There's nothing perfect, by the way. Nothing. So it's all whatever you think your perfectionism is. And not only that, when you send me your perfect piece and I hate it, were you perfect or were you not perfect? Like,
not perfect, regardless.
Well, to who? It depends. Maybe to you are. But to me, the client, at the end of the day, that's all that really matters. If they hate it, it doesn't matter how perfect it is. They hate it, period. So, but your feelings will get in the way. Your feelings will get hurt because it's like, man, I put so much time, energy, and effort. No one cares. Seriously. The only person that cares is you, but no one cares really. And if they tell you they do, they're lying to you. You know that toothpaste that you use. You know that deodorant you use. You know that cologne. You know how many hours and hundreds of hours, that car you drive, probably months and years of testing, tweaking, like you don't care. You get to drive the car. You get the convenience of what they have. So have you ever been to the store and got new and improved shampoo, new and improved toothpaste, new and improved cars? Like, we're always like, if they're so perfect, why is there new and improved? It's because we evolve.
Yeah.
It's because we develop. It's because our taste changes. It's because we've realized it's a good marketing hook. New and improved might be like a 0.0001 extra ingredient or something, whatever. But it's improved now, and it's new. So it's good marketing. But what are you doing? By the way, just because you're good at doing a video doesn't mean you're good at doing the copy. Just because you're good at the copy doesn't mean you're good at the video. Those are two separate pieces that if you can figure out how to put them both together, you get a bigger bang for the buck for yourself and the client. So all this stuff is very delusional thinking. It's our thoughts. But dude, I got to be a perfectionist before I call the seller. Why? Well, what do I say? Hello? Like, what's the script?
That was a huge hiccup I had too.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I was doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So people are always like trying to perfect something that's not meant to be perfect. Why can't you just be you? Why can't you just have a conversation? Why can't you just connect with someone and understand what they want? And again, Beacon, you and I, like, you feel like you're getting better by my insights and vice versa, right? We're getting more production out. We're getting more product out, meaning videos, etc. I mean, we're growing, we're evolving. It will never be perfect, ever.
Never.
No.
And then once we do get to that 1 million followers and everyone's like, oh my God, you got it all. And it's like same type of mentality. It's not perfect. We're still evolving. There's so much more to do and so more places to go. So
yeah, and back to this whole why we're here today, back to why we're here feeling like the 8 ball. The truth is, once we get to 1 million people on social, we're going to feel like we're behind the 8 ball, but we're not going to be focused on that as much as we are where we're going, right? Being behind the 8 ball, that's what drives us a little bit, gets us a little anxious, makes us want to push it a little harder. But the real thing is like if we see progress, we're at 12.8 thousand, then we're at 12.9, 13,000, 13.8, blah, 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 blah. The more videos we're doing, the more live streams we're doing, the more pieces we're doing, the love starts sharing. And you start sharing the love. You start sharing this videos. You start sharing something that makes sense with you that we put out. You start understanding there's 2 people behind this video that are real people that are just doing the work like you want to and like you are doing, I hope. We're just here to do the work. And when we get to 1 million, we're already plotting how to get to 5 million, right? We're already plotting how to get to 10 million once we're at 5. So it's not like we're ever settled. I think that's another thing too. We're not settling, Beacon, are we?
Oh, no. That's not even in the book of vocabulary in our book. Like
exactly.
What?
Exactly.
What? Till death. That's how it is.
Yeah. So we're pushing, we're prodding, we're trying to listen to you guys. Where do you need help? What do you want more of? What can I guide you? What can I give you? What could we support you with? Because Beacon's going to take that information, create snippets of bullet points, maybe create a private back office somewhere. But at the end of the day, guys, let us know what you want. We're here for you. Make sure to follow me over on Instagram at Mark Evans DM, on Facebook here as well, on YouTube. We have the podcast show. We have a lot of 20 unique audios over there, 100% on iTunes. And it's called The Making of a DM. Make sure to get the book, Magician vs. Mule. This is not a shameless plug. That's all I ask is, if this is helping you, share it. Just share. Share the message. Get involved. Start liking. Start communicating. Start connecting. There's a lot of people here. If you guys will pay attention, I want you to pay attention. Put this on your calendar today. Show up here a year later, and I bet you the Nicks, the Mikes, and everybody that's asking questions, the Dylans that are interacting and asking questions, they'll be further ahead than the people that are just watching. Because when you interact, you create an emotional push. And then I start seeing you. I start connecting with you differently. We start reaching out one-on-one, and then, we're off to the races. Invest in yourself, not just money and time. You guys are investing your time here. You're 45 minutes deep in this. I want you to know that I care about you greatly. I want nothing but the best for you. I want you to succeed at a massive level. And you're going to see Beacon and I are going to keep pushing. We're going to keep prodding. We're going to keep creating the best video. But I promise you, even if we created the perfect video that day, and literally a nanosecond later, we're talking about the next best video, because now we're just getting started. Now we have a new baseline. Our baseline's constantly changing. What we expect is changing. Our quality's changing. We're evolving, just like you on your calls, just like you on your marketing, just like you on your deals, just like you on everything you're taking action on. Just get out there and do the work and get the results and focus on the data, not the drama. That's how you get behind. That's how you get in front of the people. Let's get in front of this thing. You'll know it's there. It's okay. You'll see the people that are doing more. Use it as inspiration. Don't get scared about it. Get excited about it. Because the truth is, if someone's further ahead of where you want to be, you realize that you can do that because one person has done that at least. You know what I mean? It's powerful. Just get in the game, stay focused, keep it simple, and get the results. Anything else, Beacon?
Nope. Make sure to follow Mark on IG. I mean, hey, a lot of people tell you to follow them and they're only sending you memes and nonsense and BS. So a lot of you guys that come to this already are here to do business building, personal development building. The only way to do that is consistently surround yourself with like-minded individuals like Mark. So Mark is always posting on IG, always dropping valuable gems. Go check them out. Connect with us. We're always just posting valuable stuff. That's what it's all about, man. Staying
cool, man. I love it, man. I appreciate it. Guys, I got to bounce. Hope you're doing amazing. A lot of moving parts over here in DM land over at Parkland, Florida, as we get ready to roll up to Cleveland on Thursday morning. Stay tuned. I got a big show for you guys tomorrow. I'm going to share with you about a $20,000 investment I made on Thursday that everyone should be making. I'll keep you guys posted with it. Hope you're doing amazing. Talk to you.
I'm Mark Evans DM. I'm here to help and teach them what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question Mark Evans when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. From a small town in Ohio, so I know how it is. And I come from a lot of money. I remember as a kid, wanted to make 100 racks. Didn't see no one making more than that. Graduated high school with a 1.8. They should've held me back. I hope my principals and teachers are alive just to witness this. I'm my own boss. I'm out here running 2-8-figure businesses. I can walk away from it all and I'll be good, but I've been called to help people just like y'all learn the game. It's time to ball. Everybody chasing the money, but I'm not chasing the money. I'm out here chasing the purpose. Yo, I've been working my whole life. What got us where we at isn't gonna get us where we wanna go. So it's time to push, time to learn, time to grow. I'm Mark Evans DM. I'm here to help and teach them what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question Mark Evans when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. I'm Mark Evans here. I'm deal maker.
is thepodcastfactory.com.